Me and my ex-wife got to a point of realization, after having a significant amount of ups and downs, after our divorce, we got to a point where you realize it's not about us. Like we did it. We had our opportunity and we're now adults. How we choose to live as adults, well, that's a choice that we make, but we're trying to make the best choices so that they have a better life. So it's about them. When I see somebody making the efforts to make life for them better, well, then we're on the same page.
Mm-hmm. We have the same vision.
We got the same vision.
Yeah.
It's not about us at this point. It's not about us as a generation at this point. It's about us trying our best to do things, to create change, to move ground, shift the gear so that they have a much better opportunity than what we did. I'm going to embrace this imperfect human being because I'll be damned if he's not positioning me for personal success in just understanding what I should and shouldn't do. And it seems so logical. It seems like common sense, but sometimes it's not that easy for some.
It's not.
It's not that easy.
Yeah, and sometimes what I'm hearing is sometimes the greatest wisdom is unsaid and unintentional, right? Like sometimes the greatest wisdom is not what someone said to you, and sometimes the greatest wisdom is knowing what not to do.
We got a shot at generational wealth. We got a shot at changing the quote unquote trajectory within our culture of opportunity. We got a shot to make this normal. Once again, I'm looking past me. I'm looking at the bigger piece to the plan. My kids got a bigger shot at breaking ground and making this normal because other kids that look like us, that came from where we come from and that grew up how I grew up, will now have a different level of association for what can be achieved.
Well, when I listened to your audiobook, which I felt was a very intimate take on you as a human, not as an entertainer, I can honestly say that I walked away from it saying to my friends and people that I speak to going, you know what, Kevin didn't have to do that. That's how I felt when I listened to you. I was like, Kevin didn't have to do that. Like, he's successful, he's winning, he's great at what he does. He didn't have to create anything to talk about his flaws. Like, you just didn't have to do that. And to me, that's why I respect and admire you, because when I heard that, I was like, well, if he's happy to go there and he's happy to talk about how these monsters never die and he's happy to talk about how he's still dealing with them, I find it to be some of your most meaningful work, at least in the work I do, of course.
As a child, I wasn't really a kid that embraced the world of challenge, right? I was very complacent. I was okay with being a subpar to low average student, right? I was okay with not trying. I was okay with not giving my all. And I was kind of okay with getting over, right? So the biggest memory that I have in my childhood is like when I got to that early teen years, that 12, that 13, that 14, being sneaky and thinking that you're constantly one-upping someone was that's what I was embracing at the highest level. I was okay with not giving my all, and I was kind of okay with getting over, right? So the biggest memory that I have in my childhood is like when I got to that early teen years, that 12, that 13, that 14, being sneaky and thinking that you're constantly one-upping someone was that's what I was embracing at the highest level. Do your homework. I did it. Did you really do your homework? I did it. And you taking my word for it and not checking my homework. Oh, I didn't do it, but you think I did. I got over. Ultimately, you're slowly cheating yourself over the course of years, and it's not until you get a reality check as to why that work was necessary that you realize you're just not doing what you're supposed to do with your life, right? You're not giving your all. And if you can't handle this thing, the consequences attached to when that thing is removed are severe. Nobody prepares you for the world of fame. There is no handbook. There is no outline. There is no guide by guide. Step 1 to step 10. There's nothing. You get it? And yesterday you weren't, and today you are.
And tomorrow you're
Oh,
not.
well, no, we're done. People get shell shocked.
Mm.
That to me has always been the point of no return.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, this can wear off if and when, however sees or decides. And if that were to happen, well, what am I? Where am I? It's all gonna center back to, are you happy with who you are and what you did? Are you at a point where you are okay? Do you know you, and are you okay with you? If you are not, it'll break you. And there's people with this idea and this mindset and mentality, they're gonna get it right and everything's gonna be perfect. It's not. Don't play that perfect game, because all you will do is get let down, because perfection does not exist. I do firmly stand on that and believe that.
Absolutely.
It doesn't exist, man. You should try your hardest to get things right. In moments where you got them wrong, figure out how to never get them wrong again. That's the world of compromise. That's the world of growth. That's the world of evolvement. I mean, I got a teenage daughter. Nobody prepared me for the world of, like you talking about, got to get it right. Are we talking enough? Am I loving enough? Am I present? Am I listening? Am I just delegating? Am I parenting? Am I your friend? There's so much.
Yeah, so much.
Teenage son, little ones. I mean, my wife. It's a constant battle of energy. And as a guy who is an output, right? And I don't complain about that output. How do you view yourself? And what do you expect from yourself, right?
Yeah.
It's bigger than just the partner, of course, that you want to respect. It's also about you and how you want to be viewed at that point. Like what's important? Where are you at? Where are you at with you? In that mirror, you get to look into that mirror, if you're all right with what you're looking at and you're fine, flawed and all, and all right.
Yeah.
Getting older put you in a position to where you just start to look at yourself and you're talking about the complete finished product that is and will be you. Ultimately, you're slowly cheating yourself over the course of years, and it's not until you get a reality check as to why that work was necessary that you realize you're just not doing what you're supposed to do with your life, right? You're not giving your all. I had a lot of different examples of that. I truly had a mom that made sure that I had, and I didn't take advantage or embrace the real work that she put in until I got to an older age of true understanding. The extracurricular activities, the swim teams, the football teams, the basketball teams, the track and field, the baseball, all of these things as a kid, you don't understand your parents are doing to try to provide you with a world of opportunity. Every day is a new day, and every day I found another thing to be excited about. The foundation that I'm trying my best to create, I hope and pray that with these 4 kids that I have, that they look at it, that they see, that they understand, we just got a shot at something different. We got a shot at generational wealth. We got a shot at changing the quote unquote trajectory within our culture of opportunity. We got a shot to make this normal. My kids got a bigger shot at breaking ground and making this normal, because other kids that look like us, that came from where we come from and that grew up how I grew up, will now have a different level of association for what can be achieved.